in favour of teachers and all the many professions which are currently on strike. I think it goes to show that we are the many and they are the few. And we are going to keep this up as long as it takes to ensure that people get a decent deal in terms of their pay and in terms of our public services. I think the reality is that we're all the people who actually keep this country running. And we're being asked to pay the price of economic incompetence from those at the top, yet again. We're here because people deserve the right to have enough money to be able to pay their bills. We're here because people shouldn't struggle to pay for their housing costs, that people shouldn't be forced to trade off because of childcare against their ability to go to work, that we shouldn't expect worse living standards than the generation that came before us. I think there's a real irony here. Yesterday, MPs passed the first part of the strikes bill. It's now going off to the Lords. But they're quite happy during the pandemic to tell us we're all key workers. They're quite happy to say that these services are so incredibly important to our country that they can't even for a single day allow any of those services to reduce due to strike action. But what they won't do is pay for these services and the people who keep them running. They haven't done that for 13 years. They're not planning to do that next. All they're doing is what they've done for the past decade and a bit, which is if you don't agree with us, we will find a way to shut you up. I don't think the people here today, I don't think the people across this town are prepared to say that we're going to put up with that much longer. I think we're saying that enough is enough. It's time that we got the deal that we deserve from our government and our country. The Labour Party has already said that we will do away with these restrictions if elected to government, but I want to be frank, I don't think that's enough. For the last 40 years, trade unions have suffered some of the most draconian anti-union legislation in the modern world. It's not acceptable, and the next Labour government has to do its part to retract that legislation, because the reality is that when you look at people's pay, when you look at people's terms and conditions, for 40 years, all of us have been seeing them decline. And it is no coincidence that we've seen the decline of unions over that time. I think today has to be the start of something bigger. It's about the government changing course, it's about legislation getting out of our way and taking the shackles off so that the people who do the work in this country are able to get the remuneration that they deserve. And we're all angry about that. I know I'm angry, I know you're angry, but being angry is not enough. For those here, we're all part of unions. If you're not, we need people to join them. We need people to organise. We need people to support charities and pressure groups that are fighting for our rights and our civil liberties and supporting people in our community. And last but by no means least, for the love of God, vote. Vote to get these crooks out.